What's up, you guys? I'm back today with another vlog.
Skinny girls weak, them hoes don't compare. Junk in the trunk looking like 2 pairs. Woo, got me hotter than a sauna. Ass so fat, make me wanna thank your mama. Ass so fat, I think I need a lap dance. Ass so fat, about to pop out of them pants.
So you guys, I'm sorry if I look crazy. I am actually at my storage unit right now, and I'm in the middle of moving during this craziness that's going on right now. So, you know, I got the hoodie on, no makeup, got, you know, we pretty chill and low-key. I wanted to get this video out because I feel like if I was to wait until I was like, you know, all done up, beat faced and all that, you know, it would take longer for me to do this video. So we're gonna get this done right now. So I've been taking like shots and clips here and there, so it's not gonna be consecutive. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to talk, and while I'm talking, if I have a clip that corresponds to what I'm talking about, I will be inserting it in the video. So starting off, of course, you guys know I am a New Yorker. You guys know I love my city. I've had my channel for a few years now, and you guys know I love to show you guys my city. You know, I was born here, raised here. I've lived different places, but I am a Brooklyn girl, a New Yorker to the bone. Even though I'm about to move, but still, you already know I'm still a New Yorker. You know, I'm 35 years old, and this is home. This is always gonna be home. But we are going through a crisis right now, and we seem to be getting the brunt of it, and it seems to be like New York is the hardest hit state here in the US. And it just so happens that when all of this, even though I'm leaving my job, you know, I put in for my leave from my job before all this really snowballed into what it is now. It just so happens that right now, when all of this is going on, I happen to be working at a hospital. So, with that being said, it seems I am seeing and being a part of things that I guess the normal, not the normal person, but if you work at a hospital, you know that we're seeing things that we never seen before, and people that don't work at a hospital wouldn't understand unless you work at one, you know what I mean? So of course, you guys know I'm not a nurse, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a respiratory therapy tech, I'm not none of that. What I do is I'm in emergency communications. So what happens is, when there's an emergency, when there's a code, we get a call, they call us, and we're the people that go on the PA system for the whole hospital, and we announce the codes, you know, the code blue and level 2, whatever, Dr. Stroke. We have code blue, Dr. Stroke. We have Dr. Smart, Pediatric Smart, Rapid Response, code yellow, code gray, code green, Special Pathogen Alert, Respiratory Therapist to Critical ER Stat, Respiratory Therapist to Critical ER Stat, Respiratory Therapist to Critical ER Stat, Code Blue, Level 6, ICU, Code Blue, Level 6, ICU, 401, Code Blue, Level 6, ICU, Code Blue, Level 6, ICU, Code Blue, Level 6, ICU, Code Blue, Level 3, ICU, Code Blue, Level 3, ICU, Code Blue, Level 3, ICU. All that. Okay, so I do that, and then we also I don't deal with the patients directly, which is great, because that is pretty much why I stayed, because we don't have direct dealing with the patients. We deal with the doctors. So the doctors come down. We deal mostly with the doctors because we do teams. So whenever there's a code, we have to send out alerts and stuff to teams. We do the doctor's cell phones. We do the doctor's pagers. We do all that. So all day long, the doctors are coming to our office all day long, so we're seeing them. You know, we're seeing them going through this too, because just yesterday, you know, one of our doctors came down and he was just so upset. He was like, you know, one of our we have our coworkers is dying at our hospital. It was like, I worked with this guy for 10 years. I see him every day. I know his family. He just died in my arms, and he just broke down in our break room. Like, I can't even imagine. It's just like a huge emotional strain going on now. You know what? I'm going to come back to this. So life in New York right now it seems like it is out of a movie. I never thought in my life that I would see like a situation like this. Like,
I know you.
Well, I'm not about to cry. I ain't about to cry right now.
Yeah.
It's just been, I am an empath, and this has just been super emotional for me. You know, life in New York right now is crazy. First of all, we have pretty much everything that's going on everywhere else we have here, but I feel like it started here because we were the hardest hit. So the stuff you guys are going through, y'all are like a little behind maybe. So you know, you're supposed to stay in the house unless you're an essential worker. Me, I work in the hospital, so I gotta go to work every day. If you don't, you're supposed to stay in the house. You're only supposed to come out if you go into like the supermarket. So yeah, I was trying to go to Aldi's to get some I need some apple juice, I need some milk, I need some eggs and butter. But look at this damn line, y'all. It goes all the way down there by the guard gate. Y'all see that? Fuck, man. I need some juice and stuff. Y'all, look at this damn line. I'm gonna have to go somewhere else. Wow, and now I'm at ShopRite. The line is crazy here too. Oh gosh. Okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Let me think real quick. Okay, or to the pharmacy, or to wash clothes, and what else is essential? The liquor store is essential. It'd be whole lines of people waiting outside the liquor store to get into the liquor store.
Weed man is essential.
Yeah, there'd be whole lines of people to go into the store, the liquor store. My arm is getting tired. What else? There's lines to go into all the supermarkets and to the drugstores. They only allow a certain amount of people in at a time. You have to wait outside no matter what the weather is. You gotta wait in line 6 feet apart and go in when someone comes out. I think that's pretty much how it is everywhere. The lines are crazy everywhere. And then look at this bus. You see the bus right here? Do you notice how everybody's going through the back door and not the front door? They're doing that to try to reduce the exposure to the bus drivers. So now here in New York, you get on the bus through the back and not the front. What else? You have to wear a mask everywhere. Any store that you go in, you cannot go into the store without a mask. If you have to be around people, you have to wear a mask. I mean, I'm in my car right now, so I took mine off, but mine is right there. As you saw in my clip for the storage room, I had my mask on when I was inside the storage place. When I go inside the stores, I have my mask on. It's like a ghost land out here. All the stores is closed. Like, you guys know how New York is. It's such a hustle and bustle. Look at this, y'all. I'm in Gateway Mall on a weekend, and it is absolutely empty. If you know Brooklyn Gateway Mall, you know. This is packed. You can't even park anywhere. I'm about to go to Aldi's. I need a few things from Aldi's. Some milk and butter and stuff. Some staples. And let's go see what it's looking like over there. But y'all, look at how empty this is. This is friggin' crazy. Middle of the day on the weekend. Gateway Mall. Look at how it looks. Crazy. Everything is closed. Even the morning commute, the streets are pretty much empty. Like, it's crazy. The morning commute, like, if you have ever been to New York, you know our traffic is crazy. The highways are totally empty. Like, my half-hour ride to work takes me 10 minutes now. What else? I feel like pretty much everything that everybody else is going through in their city is pretty much the same nationwide, right? So I'm gonna just go back to the whole working at the hospital part, because I feel like that is what is hitting me the hardest, because it seems like, when I'm not at work, I'm at home. I may run to the store, get a couple things. I go back and forth to my storage space because I'm moving in the middle of all this. And yes, when I get to where I'm going to, I'm gonna have to quarantine. I have the mandatory quarantine for 2 weeks before I can even see anybody, before I can do anything. So I'm not looking forward to that, but that's what it is. I have the mandatory quarantine for 2 weeks when I get to where I'm moving to. You guys will see that, because of course, if I'm being quarantined for 2 weeks, I'm gonna be making some videos, right? What else? So y'all, working at the hospital has been crazy. We actually have 2 freezer trucks right now in the back of our building that is pretty much filled with bodies. We have a ramp coming from the back door of the building going into the freezer truck, and the freezer truck is filled with bodies. My coworker has been at my job for 30 years, and this is really hitting her the hardest. She knows these people. Like, I've been at my job for only a year. She's been there for 30 years, more than 33 years, I think. And this is hitting her hard. And here's a clip here. I'm not gonna show her face, but I'm just showing you like the emotional toll that all of this is doing on people. It's crazy. One moment. Oh, Inez. And we can't even hug and comfort each other. Like, do you know how crazy this is?
But you have to let it out.
Yeah.
Actually, because it hurts too much. It really does.
So, I didn't show her face or nothing, but you can see just the emotions of so many people are dying. It's any age, any walk of life. It's definitely a certain group of people that are being, affected the most. But here at the hospital, I've lost coworkers. I've lost people that I see every day, and it's crazy. But for me, the hardest thing that I'm dealing with is dealing with the families, because me, my job, I'm answering the phones, I'm directing the family members, I'm directing patients, I'm answering the phones too, I'm doing the switchboard. So it seems like when the people get into the hospital with the COVID, they disappear. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it's like, it's so many people. Oh, let me say this now. My hospital now is an all COVID coronavirus hospital. All of our clinics, all of our detox, labor and delivery, all that is shut down. Every bed, every room is now COVID patients. Everybody else, like our pediatric unit, the inpatient P's, they got sent to Bellevue in Manhattan. All the clinics, every space that they had available is now filled with patients that have coronavirus. So, with that being said, so many families are calling alright, so pretty much, me answering the phones, 3 calls. Either people are calling to see if their appointments are still going to be going in, or if they're canceled, because, now the clinics are all closed. Of course, everybody's appointment is canceled until further notice. The next call we get is people looking for testing. Everybody wants to get tested. And the third call we get all night is families looking for their family members. So many calls we get. Like, I dropped my mother off at the emergency room. It's been 5 days. I haven't heard anything. Can you tell me something? Like, all day long, like, no lie, at least 100 people or more. We have high volume. This is New York. Our phones are super high volume. So when I say 100 people calling looking for their family member, do not think that I am exaggerating, because I'm not. That's the volume that I get. You know what I mean? I work at a city hospital. I'm a city employee. So you know, city hospitals, whether you have insurance or not, we have to see you. You know, you could get service at our hospitals. So imagine that volume of people looking for their families. And another sad thing is so many people dying, and you can't see your family members when they pass. They go straight to the funeral home. Sometimes they can't even find the family members, and the time elapsed, and you go straight to Hart's Island, which is Potter's Field, which is heartbreaking. Could you imagine your family getting buried in Potter's Field, and you have a whole family out there, and you just missed it by maybe one day? They couldn't find you because maybe your emergency contact information wasn't up to date, or your phone was dead. They couldn't get into your phone to see if you had any emergency contacts on your screen that you can dial without a code, or so many different situations that factor into people just getting lost and missing.
Yeah, so many people dying.
So many people dying. It's like people can't keep up. Like, people cannot keep up. And I'm hearing the frustration in people's voices. Like, I know that the staff is overwhelmed. I know the nurses, the doctors is overwhelmed. But when you there working, trying to save lives and stuff, you ain't trying to answer that phone and sit there for 10, 20 minutes and talking to all these families and helping them trying to figure it out. Like, it'd be so many times they call in and they like, yo, somebody answered the phone and hung up on me. I was like, yo, the phone is ringing, nobody's answering. I need to know what's up with my mother, my father, my sister. Like, that shit right there is heartbreaking. Like,
you can't even go in the emergency room.
You can't, and there's no visitors. When you here in the hospital and you dying alone. You here alone, dying, and the way how it is, the nurses are scared themselves, and nobody wants to go into the room hardly. The nurses are scared to go in there and try to help you. You know what I mean? You are pretty much dying in isolation all alone, and it's heartbreaking. And that's what I've been dealing with. I feel like I'm about to get upset, so I'm gonna go. That's what it is. That's what I've been dealing with. I know I told you guys a little bit that I was feeling a little down and stuff, and it's just because I'm just absorbing all this. I never thought that I would live in a time like this, and this is what it is. So I'm just trying to find my peace, trying to find my sanity. I'm moving, so that's hectic on its own, and that's what it is. So I'll be back with another video soon. Hopefully it'll be something a little more upbeat and not so depressing, because y'all know I'm super positive. I don't like to be down. You guys have been watching me for years. We're almost at 100K, and I've been doing this for a few years now, and if you've watched me from the beginning, I'm a super positive person. I don't get into no beef. I don't get into drama. I don't want you guys to watch me and feel sad. You know what I mean? I try to be happy, add some enjoyment, some excitement to your life. You know what I mean? I don't want to be making anybody sad. So hopefully my next video will be better, be more lively. I'll have something better to talk about, But until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Stay home, stay safe. My heart goes out to everybody that is directly affected with this craziness we're going through right now. Salute to all the essential workers that are out there keeping us going. No matter what job title you have, everybody is important. Every job is important, and I thank you guys for your service, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to do you, boo. Bye, guys.